So it's been a year since I created this channel, and it was just a way to really see if I could really just put myself in front of a camera, which was initially what that was for. But I realized that that wasn't really the case. A month before actually creating this channel, I was actually going through a very severe depression, and I was facing a lot of struggles. The truth is like actually this channel had made me feel seen in a way. Um, just having to express myself and letting myself just be known, um, it felt very comforting. To see yourself in a video, it's actually very weird and very surreal for someone who doesn't really show his face or presence on the internet as much. Creating a YouTube channel was always a dream to me as like a 10-year-old kid, watching people just doing stuff online and doing really fantastic stuff and sometimes annoying shit, but really just entertaining and bringing a message toward the community in some cases. But I really grew up with YouTube. And over the past few years, I don't think really my vision has really changed for it yet. Or actually never really. But because of YouTube, I was really an adventurous kid. The kid who always just had an active voice around others. And I always channeled that of what YouTubers would do and say and really just be. And I wasn't really creating like videos, no, but I was like always a kid that was always engaged with other kids, and I would always try to reenact of what much the YouTubers do would do online. Um, and I really enjoyed that aspect of creating something and then showing it online. I think that's just really amazing to me. And I think as a little kid, I always wanted to create something like that, to create a community and really be active with it. Um, I think that's just something really nice. But I was never really given that opportunity. I never really grew up in a community where it really like showed that aspect of or that would look like. Um, but I always knew that I was a creative person, always using everything and ever around me to use it as a way to create something, like doing art, doing theater, doing music, doing singing, writing, all that other stuff. But nevertheless, I always silenced that part of me because I was scared of what people might think of me as. Unfortunately, I just used creativity as a way to just cope with myself. And it just gave me, of course, a lot of room to be with myself and just be with my own peace. And I really enjoyed that. But then there's that voice again where it just tells me that it just has other uses. I didn't have the best high school experience coming from someone who's been in a very private school and a very sheltered lifestyle. Um, but during those moments, I always knew that I was a kid that wanted to prove more than just what he could do. Rather than just saying that creativity is just a skill or some fucking beneficial for just your resume, or it might might look really good on your application. It just like creating something was the only thing that really helped me just survive another day. Even in moments where I felt alone, being and just engaging in something creative was always a way to just let me breathe. YouTube was still a big part of my life around that time. It was the only thing where I felt like I was living, even though I was curled up in my room watching the hours go by. But it made me happy that there were other people around the world that were just exploring parts, like people like interacting with others across, watching types of lifestyles, fundraisers, um, and even of course gaming in general, but also like blogging your whole life, like all that stuff was amazing, and that really helped me fill the void and really helped me build up. Now I'm 20 years old, and around the past 2 years, I've just been doing what I could do. I slowly let myself be the person I always wanted to be, but still use it as a way to just get things done. I used to talk to people. I just used it to talk to people to get information out of them. And I used that creativity just to way to approach, you know, what work must be done, what life must be done, what career must be done, all that other stuff. And I was using that person as a way to just get things done and not as a way to just be. And that was really deteriorating me. Every semester, I was just using myself, acting in a way that was just the life that needed to happen in order to just live. That this is where I was needed. That this is really just my reality. That I would again have to be more patient, have to live in the constant struggle of this another phase of my life. That I would have to wait another 10 years of my life to wait for another opportunity to come. But fuck that. I know I am not the best video editor, best YouTuber, even I don't even have subscribers at this point, but I don't have any other good edits. I don't have any edits. I don't have the best gear. I don't have a team of people. I don't got like 10 cars. But like, screw that. What if I created that opportunity? What if I gave myself this year and really put all the effort? What if I actually created that community that I always wanted to have? And there's something about this other thought about what's going on. It's just the fact that I feel like just like the world or just society wants something for me again, and it wants me to back down, and it wants me to just settle things, and it just feels like I just have to cave in again. It's like they don't want me to take a risk, but what risk? This is just something I always had, something I always really wanted, but just never had the light or given the light. It just feels like if this is a risk, then I'd rather just die knowing I just did something I was just bound to do, which was to create. So, what now? Here's the plan. I was probably going to create like a video every day if I can. Of course, I want to upload more videos and do bigger projects, but I want to do this journey with you or just myself and see how that really goes. But over time, I feel as though I can be more comfortable with uploading, just being on camera and just really just talking to the camera in general. But it looks like this is the most realistic thing I could really do right now. Stick on daily uploads. Probably going to be just me talking about a lot and I guess whatever. But I just have to work with that. Content is still going to be expressing my authentic self. But there's going to be more detail into it, I would say. This part of my life is going to be the biggest journey. And there's going to be lots of ups and downs. But I'm not alone. Because in time, something will happen. This is my creative journey. Yeah. Peace.